my friends, I am so excited to have you here. If you are pregnant and you're feeling really sluggish, which tends to happen in the first trimester, but throughout pregnancy, of course, that can come on here and there. This class is to help you feel a little bit more awake, a little bit more energy, feeling that energy within the body. So for class, just make sure you have a set of yoga blocks if you have them. You can also use a stool or a bench. And then maybe a pillow too. You might want to use a pillow later on. But we're going to start this class in a standing position, just coming to the top of the mat. Let's go ahead and inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, we're going to keep the right arm forward, left arm is going to go back. You can take your gaze to the back. Inhale, let's take those arms back overhead. Exhale, we're going to switch and open to the opposite side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, open. Inhale, up. Exhale, open. Keep going. Finding that length and space in the upper body. Maybe creating a little bit more space for breathing if you're a little further on in your pregnancy. Good, let's come back to center. We're gonna interlace the fingers, flip the palms up towards the ceiling, ground down through your feet, and then grow tall. Deep inhale, exhale, let's hinge over to the right. Now keep the rib cage hugging in, the pelvis is neutral. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, hinge to the left. Inhale to center, exhale, we're gonna release those hands. Swan dive all the way down towards the mat. Take your time getting down there. On your next inhale, we'll take the hands to the shins or the thighs. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head release down. Use your power of your inhalation. Reach your arms up overhead. And then as we exhale, we're going to sink back in a chair. So like you're sitting back into a chair, keeping that neutral spine in the hips and pelvis. Just a slight natural curve in the lower back. So if you notice your butt sticking out, try to correct that. Deep inhale here. Exhale, stand all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Perfect. We're going to flow through that a few more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands come to the shins or the thighs. And exhale, release down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, sink down into chair. Take an inhale here. Your toes should be light, weights in the heels. And exhale, stand all the way up. Inhale, come up. Arms reach overhead, find length. Exhale, forward fold. Lead with your chest as you come down towards the ground, or the belly might be leading. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, sink into chair. Deep inhale here. Exhale, stand up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release down. Use the power of your inhalation. Swoop those arms up overhead. Exhale, sink into chair. Let's take the palms together at heart center. We're going to hold this for a few breaths. See if you can sink down a little further. Pressing those heels into the mat, activating the upper thighs. Squeezing through the pelvic floor. Keep breathing. This pose is great for building strength and endurance in the lower body to help you build strength and endurance for labor. Deep inhale. Exhale, stand all the way up. Good. Let's just close our eyes here. Notice all the sensations running through your body. Feeling that body wake up. Noticing all those pressure points weighing down on your feet, connected to your floor or mat. Notice the hips and pelvis. And the shoulders and upper back. We're going to take our right hand, reach it up overhead, and then take the palm onto the left ear. Left hand's going to come down by the side. just allow the weight of the hand to pull the head towards the right shoulder. So right ear towards the right shoulder, not yanking or pulling too hard again, just the weight of that palm. Go ahead and drop your chin down to center. That hand's gonna walk to the back of the head. You'll take your left hand, interlace the fingers behind the head, and then your elbows will come in towards each other. And letting the weight of the hand just gently stretch the back of the neck. On your next inhale, let's open up the arms. Lift the gaze, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the back. Take those elbows towards each other. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. One more time. Good. Release the right hand down. The hand will walk over, left hand will walk over to the right ear, and then allow the left ear to come to the left shoulder. Good. Let's go ahead and release the hands behind your back. Head will come back to center. Interlace your fingers. Press those knuckles down. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and then as we exhale, we're going to forward fold. Let those arms come up overhead. Just a little bend in the knees. Maybe you bring a little bit of rock or movement into this. Releasing the hands all the way down. Gentle bend in the knees and slowly roll all the way up to standing. Good. We're going to keep our right foot forward and take a giant step back with the left foot. Turning that back foot off to the side and then bending into the front knee, coming into warrior two. The shoulders are going to be stacked directly over the hips. You're externally rotating this front leg so that it's not coming on the inside of that front foot. Let's reach the arms to a T. Checking in with that back hand, make sure it's in line with the front one. Deep inhale. Exhale, let's sink into the front leg and then press the front foot into the mat, activating that front leg. Keep breathing. This right forearm is going to go to the right thigh. Left arm is going to reach up overhead into modified side angle. Gaze goes wherever feels best on your neck. Keep on sinking into that front leg and then make sure this knee isn't coming onto the inside of your front foot. We're going to flow through this a little bit. So as we inhale, we're going to come all the way up, flip the front palm to the ceiling, and then bring it all the way back. Left hand is going to go to the back thigh. Deep inhale. And then exhale, let's go back to the modified side angle. So right forearm comes down, left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, let's reach it back. Exhale, back to modified. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come all the way back to warrior two. We're going to straighten the front leg and then turn that front foot off to the side and the back foot comes to the back of the mat. Bend into the left knee. Now we're into warrior two on the other side. Again, keeping this knee opening towards the left side of the mat. Arms come to a T. Deep inhale. Exhale, sink into that left foot. Press the left foot into the mat. It's really common to lean forward in Warrior Two. So again, make sure those shoulders are over the hips. Left forearm's gonna drop down to the left thigh, right arm reaches up overhead. Gaze goes wherever feels good on your neck. Sink those hips down. Inhale all the way up, flip the left hand to the ceiling, reach it back, right hand goes to the back thigh. Exhale back to modified side angle. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release down. Last one. And release down. Good. Inhale, come to Warrior Two. Straighten the left leg. Turn the left foot off to the side, and we're going to toe heel the foot together just slightly. Right foot is going to point to the front of the mat again. Arms are going to come to a T. Deep inhale, let's reach that right arm forward as far as you can, and then exhale, we'll take the right arm, right hand, either above or below the knee, or if you have your yoke block, you can place that on the outside of the right ankle, and then left hand will come to the ceiling. Coming to triangle pose here. Pressing into that front heel, and then lift the front knee towards the right hip. Now that's activating into that second layer of the pelvic floor. So you're not only building endurance and strength, you're not only stretching the muscles, you're also strengthening and stabilizing the pelvic floor and the hips in this pose. Your gaze can go wherever feels best on your neck. Now I want you to think about reaching up more than you're grounding down through that right hand. Let's flow again. Inhale, come all the way up. Right hand goes to the ceiling, left hand comes to the back thigh, reverse triangle. Exhale, back to triangle. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release down. Last one. And exhale, release. Good. If you're going to use the block on the other side, go ahead and grab that. Inhale, come all the way up. Right foot turns off to the side. Left foot points to the back of the mat. Let's take that block, place it on the outside of your leg if you need to. Arms come to a T. Deep inhale, reach that left arm forward as far as you can. And then exhale, take it down to the leg or to the block. Only going to your level. I want you to feel a nice stretch, but I don't want you to be pushing your body to the point where you're overstretching. A lot of times we can do that in pregnancy because of the relaxin hormones. So I don't want you to overdo it. I want you to have a nice stretch, but not to the point where you're hurting yourself. Pressing through that heel, lifting the left kneecap towards the left hip. Keep breathing. Inhale, come up. Let's flip the left hand to the ceiling. Left arm reaches up, right hand comes to the back thigh. Exhale, release down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release down. Good. If you have that yoga block, inhale, bring it up. Otherwise, inhale, just come to an upright position. And then if you don't have a yoga block and you want to use something, you can grab onto a chair, maybe the side of the couch, but place that prop in front of you. Feet are going to come parallel, or you can have the toes slightly turned in towards each other. I want this to be a little bit of a wider stance, so wider than the hips. Inhale, let's reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, we're going to forward fold here. So hands can come down to your prop, maybe down to the ground. In this one, the weight's going to be more into the balls of the feet, so the heels should be nice and light. We're going to take the left hand, place it underneath the forehead, and then the right hand is going to go to the hip. Start to twist over to the right. Try to keep the hips square. And if you can extend that right arm to the ceiling. Finding length within the spine. Good. Exhale, right hand comes down, placing that underneath the face. Left hand goes to the left hip, start to twist the chest over to the left. And then if you can extend the left arm to the ceiling, otherwise just keep it on your hip. Exhale, release down. Good. Take a gentle bend in the knees. Let's roll all the way to standing. And then once you get up, we're going to step to the top of the mat. If you need to pause and grab a drink of water at any point, feel free to do that. Now would be a great time. We're going to move down to the mat now. So we'll take a deep inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, let's forward fold. Inhale, hands come to the shins or the thighs. Find length. And then exhale, we're going to plant the hands and then step down to the knees. We'll take the blocks and place them to the left of the mat. We're going to use those in just a minute. Edit this, edit this. Let's take the hands slightly in front of the shoulders. Knees will be underneath the hips. We're going to begin torso circles. So inhale, the chest will come forward, the hips release down, and then exhale, release the hips back. I just want you to envision drawing a circle on the mat with your belly button. And you can make this as big or as little, that feels good for you. Really releasing through the hips and pelvic floor as you sit them back. Switch directions if you haven't already. Let's find some stillness in your body. Taking the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to take the hands to the blocks. So you can move to the side of the mat. Hands can prop up on the blocks or they can come down to the ground. From here, we're going to extend the right leg straight. Left knee is underneath the left hip. Adductor rock. So we're just going to rock forward and release back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, release back. Really releasing into the inner thigh. Maybe releasing some tension that's been building up over pregnancy in that space. Let's go ahead and set the hips all the way back. You can take that left knee wide, almost like a half child's pose. If it's too intense to keep this right leg straight, just bring it in and come to a full child's pose. Your hands can stay on the blocks or you can take them to the ground and then release the forehead and chest down. And if you can't release all the way down, you can also take your forearms to the block here. On your next inhale, come all the way up. We're going to take that right knee in and then extend the left leg out. Adductor rocks on this side. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, release back. You can take that right knee as wide as you need to create a little bit extra space for the belly. If it's getting in the way. One more, and then let's sit the hips back. Coming to the half child's pose, either releasing the forehead all the way down or maybe just coming to your forearms here. On your next inhale, let's come up. Left leg is going to come in to meet the right, and then kick your feet off to the side and come down to a seated position. We're going to come to butterfly pose. Just go ahead and take those feet together in front of you. If you need to, you can use the blocks to support the legs or pillows here if you want to use the pillows. Taking a deep inhale, grow tall, and then exhale, maybe you hinge forward just a little bit. Just let your head release down. Taking this time to honor your body for the movement that it's allowed you through this practice today. I hope you feel a little bit more energized, a little bit more awake, and maybe a little bit more ready for movement today. Maybe you pause here to set an intention for this practice. Maybe it's, I feel awake and energized, or I have energy within me. Whatever it is, just state it as though you've already achieved it. On your next inhale, come all the way up. Let's go ahead and just cross those legs. Take your palms together and just be proud of yourself for showing up in this space, for showing up in this class. I hope you have an amazing day. Namaste.